Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live webinar where we're going to be talking about mom mom life balance, as well as touching on stress. And I'm sorry, I got glare in my glasses as usual, and also talking about how you can get rid of mom guilt and just bake it, fry it, whatever, however you want to cook it and get rid of it, and let it go. So we're going to be talking about that. So let's dive right in. I'm running a little bit behind because I had some technical difficulties getting everything started on the back end here. But I'm so glad that you're here, and welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Jessica A. Walker, which is JAW for short, which means Jessica Advocates Wellness. And I'm so glad that you're here to learn a little bit about taking care of yourself in motherhood, getting rid of mom guilt, and stressing less. Because really, truthfully, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you stress less and to get on with your life and make things happen. So let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what I do. So let's do that. I'm going to share my entire screen. Here we are. All right. So let's go to our handy dandy slides. Here we go. All right. So let me just get to the top here. That's the thing about doing live webinars, right? All right. So what I'd like for you to do is to live happy now in motherhood. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about living happy now and just having a great, great life, being a mom and stressing less and not doing, all of the good stuff that not allowing, I should say, all of the good things that we have going on in our life, right? To take us over and take over our lives. So who am I? You've heard a little bit about me, like I said in the beginning, you got my name, all that good stuff. And what I like to do is to solve a couple of problems for you, which is mom guilt, stress, and balance. That whole word balance. Okay, let's just get rid of it. Let's just put it out there on the table right now. There is no such thing as balance. I'll say that again. There's no such thing as balance. There's no such thing. There is harmony. There is a rhythm. There's a beat, I believe, but there's no balance. So you never equally have, the scales, so to speak, evenly tied. As a mom, we have so many different things we have to do, and so many things we want to do, along with our own talents, our own passions, our own dreams, and then on top of that, our kids' dreams, their talents, their passions, things to that effect that need to take effect. So working outside of the home, so some of the things that contribute to us feeling this whole mom guilt and the stress and everything and the balance is that, we work outside of the home. So if you are not, I should say, a stay-at-home mom, then that usually is one of the reasons why you feel the way you do, right? If you're not stay at home, you feel guilt for not being a stay-at-home mom. Vice versa. If you are a stay-at-home, then you kind of feel a little guilt for always staying at home and not working outside of the home to produce an income and financial stability. So we'll be talking a little bit about that later as well, but you shouldn't feel bad either way. And then yelling at your child. Most of the times we feel so bad and we get mom guilt about, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have yelled at him. He was only trying to, pour the orange juice when he wasted it all over the counter, or he was just being curious, or she was just being curious, what have you. But, we're going to be talking a little bit about that as well. But and then we also feel a little guilt and stress and things about wanting our children to leave, about them going off to school, like let's say over the weekend. And then I understand that some of you may be homeschooling, so this may not be applicable, but you may feel it as well. I can't speak from a mom that does homeschooling because my kids do attend public school, but usually you really just want, hey, I can't wait till Monday so they can just go to school so I can have an hour or so of peace. I'm going to be the mom to say it. I'm going to be the person to stand up and say it for all moms. We feel that way at times. We do have our times where we just need some quiet. We just need a moment. And then living up to the motherhood myth. I meant to put myth there, but the motherhood myth of, once you become a mom, everything's perfect. Everything's rosy. Your kids go to bed at the right time. They all take a bath. They all do everything, wash dishes, do chores, and everything's just magical, kind of like Leave It to Beaver. And it's not that way at all. It turns tipsy turvy. You find yourself wanting to pull your hair out at times, and you find yourself saying, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do? So we're going to get rid of those today. All right, so introduction of me again. So about me, I started off as someone just like you. You know, I was working a 9 to 5. You know, at times I would stay home. You know, off and on because I have 6. I'm a mom of 6. So you know, there would be certain times in the period over my journey that I would work a 9 to 5. So then I feel guilty about working a 9 to 5. And then there was a time in my life where I had another child. So it really just didn't seem financially fit for me to go back to work. So I stayed home. And then I felt bad because I wasn't going out for my dreams and I felt like I wasn't being used for my full potential. So I felt it on both ends. And then here you see, you know, I've been pictured here on Good Day Sacramento. I've been on several different news channels since then. I've done some local articles as well, Sacramento Bee, the Observer here locally, and I have a couple of billboards and all that good stuff around our city and everything because I am a maternal health advocate. So I really try to advocate for maternal mental health. And I really want to just expose the lies of and the myths of motherhood that we're usually told. And this whole thing of, you know, once you have a human, once you give birth to a human, you are no longer human. It's like you're turned into some kind of drone or some type of alien or some type of, I don't know, whatever. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, you don't have a life. You don't get sick. You don't get a mental illness. You don't get any of those things, which is totally not true. So that's a piece of my work. And then I have my van here. This is my van. I no longer have her. I totally miss her. But this is my van here. And when I first got my van, and if you could tell, you probably can't tell very much, but on the left-hand side of the picture, there's no mirror. Okay, so it only had one mirror. It had dings and bangs all over it, as you can see here on the hood, which, by the way, I did not do. I bought it that way. But the window was cracked when I purchased it, everything. And it's funny because I went around the whole parking lot looking for a different vehicle, looking for a car, looking for a van, because I had, at that time, I had 4 children. So I know I needed a van. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I got to find something that's dependable, that's within my price budget, and that I can fit all the kids in, because I can't, at this point, a Ford Escort ain't working for me, right? So I looked for a van, and I was looking, and it was a really nice van. It was a Ford right next to this van, which is a Dodge. And I looked at that van. I was like, oh, yes, this is nice. It's pretty color, you know, got in and cranked up nice. The radio came on, like, yeah, I got a radio. Everything is cool. And then I drove it and it was like bucking, like it was going like back and forth. I was like, okay, obviously the looks on this car is great, but yeah, this isn't going to work, because I could just see in about a month or so, me and my kids are going to be stuck on the side of a freeway because this car just, it isn't all it's meant, you know, it seems. So I got into this van. So I looked at this van and I looked at the outside of it and I was like, no, oh my gosh, it has dings, it has bangs, it has a big old, you know, the window, like I said, was cracked. So we replaced the window, obviously. And I was like, oh my goodness, the windshield's cracked. It's a big old hole. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. But something told me, you know what? Don't judge a book by its cover. You know, don't look at the outside of it. Really get in the car, crank it up. And I really want to say it was God, truthfully. But it was like, get in and just see, just drive it. So I got in the car and the inside was totally clean, and I cranked it up and it purred. Like it ran like a son of a gun, so to speak. And I was ecstatic. And it was only like $2,000. You know, which was well beneath what I had. It was, you know, so I was like, wow, yeah, for perfect price. You know, I just have to worry about the outside. So I kid you not, I went and got the mirror replaced, or the windshield replaced. And I drove down the street and people laughed at me. They laughed, they pointed, and they were like, oh my gosh, how can you drive that car around? But I tell you, from point A to point B, from Sacramento to the Bay Area, from the Bay Area to Patterson, I mean, like all over the place, this van never gave up on me, ever, ever, ever. So what I want to say to you, and I actually held this van for a good 3 to 4 years. Not, and I tell you, oil changes here and there. That's it. I think I replaced the water pump once. That's it. Nothing else. I had no problems out of this vehicle at all. I gave it to my mom and it went downhill from there. But, not sure what she did with it, but yeah, just, yeah. But this, I mean, it hung in there. And I tell you, I had this van for 5 years, 5 years, $2,000, 5 years. Pretty great investment, I'd say, but great ROI. So I say all of that to say, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't look at the outside and then immediately think that, the inside, or there's just no value or what have you. And also to say to our moms there that may be struggling with depression, stress, and anxiety, don't we usually try to cover up the outside? Like we make the outside look all fancy, shiny, beautiful. We put on nice earrings, we get our hair done, we get our nails done, we put on makeup, blah, 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 everything, get the cute high heels, Gucci, the handbags, all of that stuff. But we never take care of the inside. We never take care of who we are. We never take care of our brains, our minds, our body, our actual soul. So that's why I put together this presentation. This presentation is to, number one, get me acclimated to doing webinars and presenting online, because I think I'm a great presenter on person, at least this would have been told. But I want to really truthfully get my message out there, and I want to reach more people online with this information. So I work hard and I play hard, and I'm grateful for life, and I live it every day. I live it to the fullest every day, I should say. I believe life loves the liver of it, and I live it. And that's Maya Angelou, and I totally resound with that. And so this is an interactive experience inside your rescue. I want you to make sure that you post your comments below. Make sure that you email me at jawspeaks@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please go ahead and email me, and let's get started. So I've already kind of gone through this, but I'll tell you, this is Live Happy Now, which I want to plant the seeds to personal happiness for you. So live happy, live healthy, live better, live longer, and a mother's happiness can make a world of difference. Around the world, if we had every single mother that was taken care of, had the things that she needs, the resources, and all of that good stuff, we would have happier children, which will grow up to be happier adults, which will grow up to stop a lot of crime, abuse, trauma that happens in our world. So I believe it all begins and starts with mothers. Oh, dads as well, not to leave you out. But I speak from a mom's perspective because I am a mom. But if you are a dad listening, I mean this for you as well. This is ditto. Everything I say is for you as well. So the fact that someone else loves you doesn't rescue you from the project of loving yourself. So I love this because our kids love us, right? Our kids love us unconditionally. Like they're just, they love us to death. They want to see us happy. But the fact that they love us doesn't mean that it doesn't rescue us from the project of loving ourselves. It doesn't take us away from the fact that we still need to invest in ourselves. We still need to love ourselves. And we need to make sure that we decrease our stress levels, that we are working with the rhythm and harmony of taking care of our families as well as ourselves, and making sure that everyone is sustaining, financially fit, and all that good stuff. So I'm the president of the Joe Research Institute, founder of Mom and Me Network, a nonprofit organization or a nonprofit organization, I should say, battling mental health and mood disorders. So depression, stress, and anxiety. All right. And I am also the founder of mamasconfidence.com, which is an online online virtual mentor space for mothers in entrepreneurship, as well as mothers to heal and self-care and self-love. All right, so here's the solution. So how this all works. All right, you have ultimate stress levels, then you need to implement something. You need to implement music, meditation, deep breathing, and then you need to love yourself and know that you are human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have flip-ups. You're going to have fails, and that's okay. It's totally okay. So some milestones. So make sure that you're taking times where you're taking care of your milestones. So if you have milestones, celebrate them. So times you didn't yell in motherhood, times you did something out of the norm for your child, something that you might not normally do, like give up your jacket when it's raining outside and storming. You would give up your jacket to your child because you You want to make sure they're taken care of, and you would go completely without a jacket, without a hood, without an umbrella, and allow them to have every single resource that you have so that they're protected. So make sure you celebrate yourself for that and say, you know what, I did a great job then. Because I think we often look at our motherhood lifestyle and we judge ourselves way too harsh, and way too often we're angry at ourselves for no reason. So your story. This is your story. I want you to own it. So look at your past experiences. Who are you now? Who do you want to be in 5 to 10 years from now? And this is a little bit of a mirror exercise where you celebrate yourself and acknowledge yourself. And you put your name and you say, I am proud of you for, 2 to 20 days, whatever, however many days it's been that you've overcome something, or that you've had some great successes, or you've just moved forward. And then you say your name again. I am proud that you, and then you continue on with that sentence, and then you say your name, and I forgive you for. I'm going to start with myself. So Jessica, I am proud of you because for 2 weeks you have done webinars and you've really stuck in there and hung in there against all these other obstacles that you faced. Jessica, I am proud that you are moving forward and that you're really working to get your message out to the world and help others do the same. Jessica, I forgive you for always being down on yourself and always having self-limiting thoughts and not knowing your worth. All right, so that was me. All of you should be proud of yourself. You are here today growing better, and you could be many other places, but you choose to live and not to just exist. So pen of power to write your story, write the book you want to read. So write a book, it doesn't have to be published. You sit down and go to Canva and just type it all out, or you can use talk to text, which I can show you on Google. There is an option you can use talk to text. So actually, let me show you that right now. So in Google, here is my presentation because I like Google Docs to do this. So you would go here. Let's see here. Let me show you guys how to go all the way in. So from my account here, this is my email. So let's go into my email here. So in your email, if you have a Google account, you would go here. There's the little dots at the top. You go to your dots, you go to more, and then you go to docs. All right. So within your docs, you can just open your docs up here and you can go into your docs. And guess what? It pops up for you. Sometimes this doesn't pop up, so I'm going to show you where to find it if it doesn't pop up for you. It is in, no, hold on, I found it. There it is, under tools. So in tools, you're going to go to voice typing, and then you're going to click here. You're going to say, Jessica is writing a great story about motherhood, how to stress less, and live happy now. Okay, sometimes this thing doesn't pick up the words quite the way you say it, but you get my gist. If you could just sit here and talk for a good 15 to 20 minutes every single day, you will have a book done in under, I would say under 30 days, but definitely you can have a book done within under 20 days. So as you can see, sometimes it's a little off in what you say, but I guess it just depends on how clear you speak. And sometimes I have a little bit of a lisp. So, all right, so that's how you do that. All right, so now let's go back to our slides and continue on, shall we? All right, there we are. And I had a slide in here I don't want in here, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. You guys are going to be a witness to me fixing that. That's okay. That's what happens on live webinars. You go through and you fix it. That way I don't have it on there anymore. All right, so make sure you put the paper to the pen, or you put your voice to the voice descriptor thingamajigger that's on Google, and you write that book. Even like I said, if you don't publish it, it's just great to get all of that out of you onto paper, or into, I should say, the docs here online. And it's just a great tool and resource, and it also helps you to heal. It's amazing what can happen when you start to speak out your story and you start to just share it. So, all right. So misfortune. Life has given you another chance. Use it wisely. Despite life's tragedies, catastrophic events, horrific experiences, unanticipated problems, or temporary setbacks, you are still here. I want to stress that you're still here. Decide that this situation will not take you out. Now is the time to get through and get moving. So going through something, you come out on the other side with growth, you come out wiser. So I'm going to actually go here so I can speak to you guys directly so you can see me. Let me just find where you are here. All right, there's that. Oh, there's camera's a little shot out there. All right, so let me say, let me find it. There you are. All right, so here I am. So I really, really truthfully want to stress how important it is that you really just look at the things that you've overcome and you observe them, and you know that you're still here. You know, you've gone through X, Y, and Z, but you're still here. You know, it's really truthfully very powerful when you start to think about it. You start to think about all of the lessons that you learned and all of the ways that you're different because you went through, you know, X, Y, and Z. And I think you should really truthfully use that as a callus to move you forward. I always say that you should use your weaknesses as a callus to move you forward, to use your strengths, to really focus in on your strengths and become one with your strengths. So really truthfully take that in and utilize it. So here we are. Let me just go back to my handy dandy slides here so I'm not off track. Okay, so going through something, you come out growth, you come out with growth, you come out wiser, stronger, and with more compassion. So go within and quiet your mind. Take a moment to really just sit down and zen. What I try to do is I try to do deep breathing exercises. So really try to take time and just breathe in and breathe out. And if you do that about 10 to 20 times, you know, depending on if you have time, all that good stuff, you should be taking the time out anyway to just have a moment for yourself. And those deep breathing exercises are a lifesaver, believe me. So strengthen yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I think so often we forget the mental part. We forget how much it takes, how much brain power it takes to be a mom. It takes a lot of brain power. So make sure that you're taking that moment and that time to sit down and really just check in with yourself and go, how am I feeling today? What's going on? You know, check in and get to know yourself a little bit better. All right. Situations you face them head on and really just dig in deep. Know that you are greater than anything that has happened or anything that will happen to you. Remember, you have something special and you are great. All right. You are a mom, someone's like I like to say. You know that song on Lego way back when, what, a couple of years ago, 1 or 2 years, I don't know. Everything is awesome. Yes, you should be singing that to yourself. Everything is awesome, you know, and empowering yourself, because you will have some times where your kids are going to test you and you're going, and then you're going to have some times when just people in general, just human beings are going to test you, and that's okay. But you need to understand and sing to yourself and empower yourself to know that you're going to move through it. You're human. You will move through it. You will be okay. All right. So with that, stress is stress is actually something that we need. Stress helps us, you know, when we're in a car and we're driving, we have that car that jumps in front of us to immediately react, you know. But also stress is something that can wear and tear on your body as well as your mind. So you need to make sure that you're taking time out, like I said, once again, to take some self-care and just check in. So I'm going to go back to our slides here. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing me and my funny expressions. So we'll just go back to our slides here. Give me just a moment and I will share my screen with y'all. All right, let's see. All right. And there we are. All righty. So let's go back into our screen, our presentation. Here we go. So stress. All right, so chronic anger and anxiety can disrupt cardiac function by changing the heart's electrical stability. Excuse me, can't talk today. All right, so increasing systematic inflammation. So what this means is you increase your possibilities of having a heart attack when you have too much stress going on, okay? Stress is an emotion that can harm the body. All right, so serious sustained stress or fear that can alter biological systems in that way. So What this means is wear and tear, eventually illness, eventually heart disease, eventually diabetes, eventually. So all of these things come together, and you will subside to stress if you allow it to take over your life. So this is why it's so important, and why I choose to do this webinar on mom life and living happy now in motherhood, because stress is a big and huge circumstance of motherhood. So we want to make sure that we're checking in with ourselves. We want to make sure that we're doing deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, exercise, all that good stuff. So we're checking in mentally, spiritually, whoever you believe in. I believe in God and Lord and all that good stuff. So I pray. I make sure I do a daily prayer. You know, I try to catch my 5 a.m. prayers every morning. It's kind of hard every now and again. So making sure that you're checking in spiritually, physically, mentally with yourself. Why we need stress. So I kind of talked about this already. If you choose to, I can definitely send you the notes on this. But stress helps us to feel, you know, so we don't feel, if you got to think, right? If you had stress, or if you didn't have stress, then you wouldn't be alive, right? You would be dead, numb, comatose. That's the effect of not having stress at all. So we do want a little bit of stress, because we want, you know, because we are alive, we're going through things, and we want to be able to react to the things we're going through. But at the same time, enormous amounts of stress and continuous stress due to finances, due to health, or not health, but, you know, yeah, I guess it could be health as well. But due to finances is a big one, because if you can't take care of your home, and you can't take care of your kids, and you can't feed your kids, then it's very stressful on you as a parent, because you can't take care of your home, and you can't take care of your family. So I'm going to present to you some ways that we can help you get financially stable, or just have a side income, because you need multiple streams of income. So even if you are working right now, you do need to have that additional income coming in, so that you have a little bit of a nest egg put away for your children. It's always great to have additional streams of income. Okay, so your toxic stress has an effect on your child. Sustained activation of body's stress response systems resulting from an early life experience, such as neglect, exposure to violence, or living alone with a parent suffering from a severe mental illness, has a harmful effect on the brain and the organ systems, okay? And this is from Harvard School of Public Health, all right? This is how it affects your child being in a stressful environment. And that's not even touching on, we're not even touching on prenatal stress, being stressed out while you're pregnant, right? So not to even touch on that. We're just talking about when the child's already outside of your body, the things that the parent is going through directly affects the child, okay? So failure. I think one of the other big stressors that we have in our life is failure. I want to just give this little quote to you of it's Magic Jordan. All right. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games on 26 occasions. I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. All right? So I want to let you guys know the failure does not mean the end all be all. Okay, you can still succeed. You will prevail. You will prevail. You actually, and really truthfully, you actually need failure in order to be successful. So, all right. So Sony first product was a rice cooker. It burned every piece of rice that he had. Okay, Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard and started a failed business, and then started Microsoft. Started a failed business with the Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, and then they started Microsoft. Okay, it was called Taft Old Data. All right, weird name, yeah. So Albert Einstein did not speak until he was four. Okay, and he didn't learn to read till he was 7. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job as a television reporter because she was told she was unfit for TV. All right. How many of us can correlate with that? I know I definitely can. I've been told many times that, oh yeah, you're not a right fit. Oh yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that, or you're just not fit to do something. And I've overcome it. And I was actually the ones who went, boom, yeah, I can. And actually I can do above and beyond that. Okay. So, so yeah. Vincent van Gogh sold only 1 painting, and this was to a friend, okay, for a small amount of money. All right. And now his paintings are worth crazy amounts of money. J.K. Rowling went from depending on welfare. She was also a depressed mom to survive and being one of the richest women in the world over a span of 5 years. 5 years of hard work and determination. Okay. Steve Harvey was homeless for multiple years. He slept in his 1976 Ford Tempo when not performing gigs and provided a hotel. Okay. He slept in a Ford Tempo. Okay. So if he can go to sleep in a Ford Tempo, then you can definitely work through whatever it is you need to work through right now, become successful in your business, or, successful in any area in your life. If you're not starting a business per se, if you just want to start a side stream, a side multiple stream of income, or I hate to call it side hustle, but really truthfully is, right? It's you hustling to get that cash right on the side. So anyway, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Thomas Edison was told he was too stupid to learn anything. All right. God invented the light bulb. All right. And then we have Walt Disney. He lacked imagination and had no good ideas. This is what he was told. All right. So out of all of those examples, all of those things there, what I want to tell you is don't give away your power. Don't give away your power to anger, to frustration, to daily toxic triggers, to haters. All right. Even yourself hating on yourself. If you can get that. And toxic people. Don't give away your power. Don't give away your power to negative thoughts, energy, none of that. You know what? You let all that stuff slide off your shoulder and you go, you know what? Boom, I got this. Okay. So you keep whatever you got over there because I'm moving forward. All right. So then live in positive power. So watch what you consume. If you're listening to negative things on the radio and it's cursing up a storm, and if you're listening to negative people, if you're looking at negative things on television where it's just continuously death, gore, and failure, and all that good stuff, all that bad stuff, then you have to consume some positive. All right, you got to have an equal yoke. So positive music, positive clothing. That means wearing things that make you feel good and make you feel alive, and all that good stuff. Positive TV. So if you have TV at all, I personally don't even watch television anymore. I haven't watched television in about 3 months or so, unless of course, every now and again I got to sit down and watch, what is it, Malika and Bear, I think my daughter likes on YouTube or on Netflix. But anyway, so every now and again, of course, I gotta, but I'm not really watching, just kind of sitting and hugging and snuggling with her. So make positive choices, healthier food, which I struggle with a lot. I struggle with eating healthy. I'm working on it. And healthy exercise. So making sure you're getting outside, you're exercising, all that good stuff. All right. So here's an activity for you. So you can do some singing with your child when you're waiting in line at the grocery store, you're waiting in a doctor's office. Start singing your ABCs or singing, making up a rhyme about, things that are happening in the doctor's office, because that's a great way to keep them active and keep them engaged, or keep them busy. So that, that waiting time, they're not like screaming, throwing stuff like, all over the place. Okay. Letter writing and a positive person impact. So write a letter to someone that's had a positive impact in your life, or even write a letter to someone that's had a negative impact in your life. Once you write those words, you release them and you let them go. Okay, you take that letter, you burn it, you do not mail it. You take that letter and you burn it. And once you do that, you forgive and you let go. Silly dance with your kids, or make a YouTube video about, I don't know, your kid. My daughter and I, if you go to my my YouTube channel, which is What's Tickling You, Cupcake, which is just my silly channel where I can just be silly, you can see our Don't Worry, Eat Donuts song that me and my daughter put together and we made. So prayer is a big, big part of your life. Imagine Jesus as a friend. Have Jesus sit down with you and talk to him. Really talk to him. If you don't believe in Jesus, then whomever it is that you pray to, of course, you can take this and place in that person as well, or place in that entity, I should say. There's no problem you might have that isn't in the Bible. So everything's there for you. It's all written. So trust his unconditional love. Trust that whatever he says is going to come to you, and that you will be served. So Jesus says this, even I come to serve and not to be served. So you have to make sure that you're doing things, if you're volunteering, if you're helping others, just getting out there and you're doing things that are serving others. Good comes to all who have faith and belief. So if you say something out to the world, or out to the universe, out to God, you have to expect for it to happen, and you have to make sure that you're taking action actionable steps, I'll say, to make those things happen and make them come into fruition. So if you know God and you know love, if you don't know God, you don't know love. So you have to know God in order to know love. You have to know that there is someone out there, a spiritual entity that has the perfect thing in mind for you, and that everything in your life happens for a reason, and that you're moving forward to what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay. And when you're not moving forward to it, believe me, you have some signs and some symptoms. I'll say that, some signs and symptoms that take place that, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this. So he is on your side and he loves you and forgives you. So know that and have it in your heart and ask God to walk with you and sit with you every day. Jesus, I believe that God is with me right here on this webinar, speaking through me to you. And he's sitting right here with me saying, good job, and go out there and serve. So you should also believe that. So motherhood and happiness. So being happy is truly beneficial. And why it's beneficial is because you build stronger social relationships. You have a superior work outcomes. You have more activity, more energy, more flow to act cooperatively and pro-socially. It boosts your immune system. Happiness does. It's proven. Psychology has proven it. Research has done it, that it boosts your immune system. The loss of mind. So I won't go into that right now. You live longer, and because being happy feels good, and it's associated with success, and it's attractive. It makes you attractive. Okay, being happy makes you attractive to other people. All right, so show affection. Show it. Okay. In your actions, not actually telling someone or and actually sending a text is kind of like an action, right? Sending a text is like an action of saying, hey, I love you. While your kids are at school, if they have a cell phone, just out of the blue, every day or every other day. You probably don't want to do it too consistently because then they'll expect it from you. But, just tell them, hey, you know what? I'm thinking of you. I love you. And I'm proud of you. You have no idea how much of a booster that is. And while I'm saying that to you, I'm actually going to text my daughter and tell her the same, because she's away in Texas in college. So I'm going to tell her the same. Hug them and hug yourself. Look in the mirror, hug yourself, and appreciate yourself for everything that you do. And have some me time. Okay, so self-time is not selfish. All right, I'm sure we can give some examples of some women, that are selfish, but mothers, most of the time, I was going to say majority of the time, because we do have some, but we are not, spending time with yourself and by yourself, it's not selfish. So take a nap every now and again, dance, go out, and I'm not saying clubbing, I'm saying like go out to like a concert or, something that's soothing and really just going to get your mind kind of relaxed, and you can get taken away from all of the daily activities and things. An opera, something on that effect. Sing. Make up songs. I make up rhymes all the time for my kids. They crack up because they say, Mom, you cannot rap. But I always, put a little jingle together or something, just to uplift my spirits, especially when I'm feeling down, when I have a lot of things going on. That's the best way to bring yourself around, is to listen to music. Either making it yourself or listening to someone else sing. You on that Drake, like, homeboy, do your thing. So take a shower. Showers are very, very, very invigorating. Showers are a great way for you to release. For me, and if you prefer a bath, then take a bath. But for me, showers help to release. So what I do is I take a shower, I turn it a little bit warmer for my temperature for me. That's just me. And I put it on the back spine of my neck. I allow the water to flow down, and I deep breathe. I breathe in, hold for 3 seconds, or hold for 10 seconds, excuse me. And I breathe out, and I just blow through my mouth, and I just blow away every stressful concern I have, and it really helps. So hopefully it helps for you. Journal. You should always have a journal, something you can write your daily activities, different things, and social connections. So making sure you're getting out there, you're connecting with other women. Blab's a great one. If you want to go to blab.im, and just connect. If you don't know anyone, like you're in a town you just moved to or something, or, you have a small town and you don't know anybody, or you really don't want to hang with those people because they're negative. There are great, great positive people on the internet that you can talk to, that you can just relate to. Also, get out of your comfort zone. So get out and go to like a Starbucks. I have yet to meet, And okay, actually, I've seen some angry people, but I've yet to meet actually and actually speak to someone at Starbucks that was mad. I don't know. Everybody in Starbucks is like working, it's great working atmosphere, collaboration, and everyone that I speak to that I just so happen to, chat with or what have you, they're very nice and very open. So just, go out there and build those social connections. Unconditional love. You are special to someone all of the time, your child. Okay. Just as you didn't inquire to be here, they never asked to be born. So just like you didn't ask to be born, they didn't ask to be born. So you have to think about that at times. You really have to remind yourself. And I know for me, I have to remind myself sometimes. Okay. Whew, you drive me crazy. You know what I mean? That's on my last nerve. But you didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to be here. I created, well, God created us, but you know what I'm saying. I, did what I did to bring you here. So I need to, understand that and respect that and know that the reason why you're here is because of me. So if I have to blame anyone, I got to blame myself, right? So, you just, sometimes you have to remind yourself of that. Not to say to blame yourself for every single thing your child does, but, if there's times when you just feel like, oh my goodness gracious, I just want to, ooh, then you have to remind yourself, you know what, and when you want to scream, like, I don't know what, I'm going to tell you guys a little story and then move forward. Actually tell you face to face here. So I saw a young lady at the grocery store the other day, and she was screaming at her child, and she was upset because her child, he wasn't listening. He just wasn't, he was doing everything. He was jumping around, he was walking around everything. And she was walking around the store and she was trying to get whatever she needed to get, out of the store. And he walked off and she looked behind her and she's like, Joe, whatever his name was, can't remember his name, Brian, whatever it was. And she, got upset with him. And she said, I told you to stay right here, blah, blah, blah. And if you move again, then I'm going to whoop you in this store. And I was like, oh, okay. So she walked off and she went looking at something else. And he just stopped and he's like, oh, I want to get this candy. Oh, look at the colors. And he just totally got distracted by something that was just really colorful. She walked off and she screamed like crazy. And she started walking towards him furious, like she was going to just haul off. And I had to go and get her. And I like, hey, he just got distracted. He was just looking at something. He got distracted. He totally didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't as though he was just being defiant or, doing something to really get on your nerve or, to mess with you today. He just got distracted. And me standing there and going, and I said, you okay? And I told him, hey, dude, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, okay, good. You really look nice, And I just started to talk to them and I complimented her and I said, oh, girl, cute shoes, and that kind of brought down her defenses a little bit. And then she said, oh, thank you. Okay. And then she said, okay, well, come on. And when I saw her in line, I said, you really truthfully have to understand that as a mother, your child didn't ask to be here. We're the ones to bring them here. And I said, I get it. I'm a mama six, so I get that. Sometimes you just you over it, but you have to understand that as a mother, this is the one person that's always going to have your back. Your child is always going to be there for you. So you have to understand that. So anyway, that's a little bit of a story. And she was like, yeah, I know. She's like, just like me, I'm always there for my parents. I said, exactly. The way that you're always there for your kid, for your parents, because you're their child and you love them unconditionally and you just want to see them happy. He only wants to see you happy. And he isn't doing things just frivolously. There are going to be times when they do stuff that they ain't supposed to do. But in this situation and in this instance, he really truthfully didn't do anything. She's like, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm tired. So anyway, we went on to talk more and I gave her my card and all that good stuff. But hopefully, I didn't hear from her, but hopefully you never know that one interaction you have with someone, it can totally change their whole life and give them a new perspective on life because they just haven't heard it said that way before. So know that you can touch someone's life by just giving them a smile, offering your assistance and being there for them. All right. So with that, let's move back into our slides. And let's finish up our webinar. So I truly, hopefully, I hope you guys are getting something out of this. I know we're running a little bit over here, but I hope that this is useful to you and you're able to use some of the information that I've given to you today to stress less in motherhood and really just be a happier mom. Not a better mom, because I think you're already great, but be a happier mom. So, all right. So what are you doing now? Forgive and grow. Let it go. Let whatever it is go. And I'm going to fix this while we're on the webinar. Let it go and move on. Everyone has a story. 20% don't care and 80% happy that it didn't happen to them. So that's actually from oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Anyway, he's a motivational speaker. And he said, everybody has a story. 20% don't care for your story and 80% just happy it didn't happen to them. So clear your mind of everything that weighs you down. Forgive every week, every day, and every hour. There's always going to be something. And most of all, forgive yourself. So let me put that in. Most of all, forgive yourself, because there's always going to be something that happens that you're just like, oh my gosh, I could have done that differently. Or that person could have done X, Y, and Z differently. So just forgive and let go. Release the anger and move on with your life. All right. Let go of let go and grow feeling, and let go of feeling sorry for yourself and anger. It doesn't take you anywhere, so just let it go. Focus on developing yourself and harness the power that you have. It doesn't matter what happens to you. It's what you're going to do about it, and let it. And if you're going to, okay. So it doesn't matter what happens to you. It's about what you're going to do. Okay. It's about what you're going to do about what happened to you. You're going to let it destroy you, or you're going to let it change your views and your choices. Okay, so you can move forward. All right. So it says some things just are fear. Dogs chase cats, right? Why isn't the cat chase the dog? Anyway, it's called life, and you have to deal with it. So some things in life just are fear. They happen, but you just let it go. So, all right. So the power to be a blessing or a curse. You have the power to be phenomenal. Our most precious time, our most precious and sacred resource, we cannot buy is time. All right. So that's our most sacred and precious resource that we have. Everything else, money comes and goes, things come and go, stuff comes and goes, but our time is so valuable. So I'm so appreciative that you spent the time with me today. I probably should do this in presentation mode so you can see it all the way. All right, so it's your time. You've got the power. So I've got a question for you. What will you do with the time you have left? As you grow older, so do your children. So cherish the moments you have with them now. It's your time, and you've got the power to be phenomenal. So a mother's happiness really can make a world of difference. So a happy mom has a happy child, which creates a happy future and a happy world. All right, so go get it. So you can go to YouTube and listen to this song, because this is an uplifting and powerful song that I listen to whenever I need a little bit of uplifting courage, and it's go get your blessings. So yeah, let me see. I think I want to play that. Yeah, I think I do. So maybe not. I may not be able to. All right, so go listen to it. Listen to that song. All right, and there's another video by TD Jakes I'm going to recommend that you watch at another time, which is called Passion, Purpose, and Pain. So do watch that. There's another video on YouTube as well, Be Your Own Rescue by Lisa Nichols. And when you have a moment, go ahead and listen to that. And study yourself. Now, I can't stress this more than I can't stress this any more than I can. You have to study yourself. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to get to know yourself. And it's especially true after you have a child. After you have a child, you really have to take the time and sit down and understand and get to know yourself all over again, because your body has gone through a huge change. All right. Your mind has gone through a huge change. Now you have this little human being that's sitting there looking at you going, okay, now what? So you really have to restudy yourself and kind of figure out, okay, who am I now? And how does that correlate to the person I used to be? And then how do I need to change some things in my life, and some situations, and some people I talk to, and some people I connect with, and my relationships even within your family have to change. So you have to sit down and really investigate that. So as always, you can always tweet to me at Joss Speaks on Twitter. You can contact me via email. Here's my email address. And here's my phone number. Oh, you can't see that there. So let me go back. All right, here's my phone number, which is 916-281-9178. You can email me, jawspeaks@gmail.com. I am the president of the Jaw Research Institute. Can't talk. So feel free to go ahead and visit us at thejawresearchinstitute.com. I am also the founder of Mom and Me Network, which is a nonprofit organization helping mothers heal from depression, stress, and anxiety. And mamasconfidence.com. Mama's Confidence is a virtual mentor online show, which talks about the myths, which exposes the myths, I should say, of motherhood. And we also kind of get down on the media about exposing motherhood as this happy-go-lucky type thing. You have a baby, poof, you pop it out, just like chewing bubble gum. You pop in the bubble gum, you chew it, you take it out, and you're done, and everything's all fine and dandy. That isn't motherhood at all. So we want to expose those facts. So feel free to reach out to me. I look forward to hopefully speaking to you all over the phone or in person soon one day. Like I said, I'm here. I'm here and I'm available. Motherhood can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be because you have me. So I'm going to use the cupcake strategy on our next webinar. I'll be teaching you the cupcake strategy on how to take care of your home as well as take care of the people that surround you, and how to use the cupcake strategy to move forward. And yeah, it'll be great. So I believe there's always time to make cupcakes because I make gazillion cupcakes in my house. So it's always time to make cupcakes, and I'll be sharing that strategy a little bit more with you on the next webinar. So once again, sign up for our next webinar. Look for that email in your inbox if you've signed up for our email newsletter and notifications. If you haven't, then visit mamasconfidence.com and you can sign up there. And you can also email me if you'd like for me to send that link to you. Oh, and you can text us at 916-281-9178 and send us a text with your name, your email address, and your birthday, because I like to celebrate birthdays. And I will go ahead and respond with the link so that you can sign up for the next webinars coming up soon every Friday during the month of March. I look forward to meeting you all in person again soon. My name is Jessica Advocates Wellness, and go out there and just be happy, Mom. See you guys all next time. Bye.